nobody quicker than Ryan Reyes in Sector 3. Olivier Gervais up 3 places to P1 in LMGT3 AM. P19 J Tommy keeping it clean. So
that would do it. Okay.
Alexander McQuarrie rejoins from the pits.
You're no longer DQ'd.
Paul Ibbotson has ducked into the pits from P9. P2 for Daniel Kirby, a quiet run so far.
Harold, you still getting stutters?
Darrell Kruger maintaining P16. Pit stop complete for Matthew Overton.
Who did you ask?
It's excited.
Ben Kesby goes green in Sector 2.
I thought it was Darrell that had stutters.
Stephen Miller back out on track.
No, I think it was Ryan Reyes that he was getting stutters.
Ryan, that's it.
Tom Mazzella,
You're still getting
Yeah,
stutters,
I
Ryan?
think it's okay now.
No stutters here.
Worth noting Jay Tammy up 11 places since the start.
Getting a little bit stutters on my side.
Drive through for Brian.
There's pills for that. I feel that you can't be a stutterer and be an air traffic controller. That would be good.
That would be a problem, I think.
Max Sunkenlap started P16, now running P10. Impressive progress.
Disaster.
Max Sunkenlap climbs 4 positions in the LMGT3 class.
I was about 3 months short of being an air traffic
Sector
controller.
1 for Carl Struhol.
Oh yeah?
Johnny Gutierrez in from the lead for a pit stop. Brian Hall rejoins from the pits. Sector 3 improvement for Ben Kesby.
But change your mind.
The training was in Kansas.
No, I passed the
Pit stop
exam.
complete for Lanny Hall.
That's when Reagan did the hiring freeze.
Ah.
And
P20
by the time
Stephen
it came
Miller
back up,
keeping it clean.
I was done. I was able to.
Pit stop for Ryan Gilbert Reyes, currently P7. Great progress from Tom Mazzella, now P1 in LMGT3
Or more.
Meanwhile, Tom Mazzella hitting from P14.
Yeah, I applied to get selected for the training, but nope.
LMGT3 AM leader, Olivier Gervais, 147.443.
I did the training. I passed the exam. I was ready. A 96 out of 100. I was ready to go. Actually, 114 because I got the extra points credit. Got a letter to beat Oak City that fall, mid-summer.
Back out on track.
The hiring freeze. It's probably safer for everybody who flies anyway.
96 out of 100. Does that mean only 4 planes
Alexander
crashed?
McQuarrie sets a personal best.
No, I only missed
two.
2 questions, but then they gave me extra credit. I actually scored on every one of those and got it, so I got an extra 114. So actually, my score was 114 out of 100.
Well, Matthew, it looks like there's a power supply problem or something with it.
That would be a problem.
Are you able to access it now? I turned it back on, but I don't
Gilles
think it's
Lalonde
working.
rejoins from the pits.
Let me see.
Matthew Overton has ducked into the pits from P16.
No, I think
just
you're.
some warping.
Yeah, I saw Stephen Miller disappear
Lanny
for a
Hall
second.
has completed 10 laps now.
No, it's not working, David.
Yeah, I wouldn't spin it up the fans, so I'll have to look at it a little later, I guess, or tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah, no, appreciate that. Thank you.
Stephen Miller up 5 places.
not
to
one
P1
thing, it's another,
LMGT3 AM.
Backup server it is.
Eric, take a look at the ping of your server. See how it's doing.
Where do I look for that?
Trouble for
I mean, I can
Gervais
go
in
back in,
but
LMGT3
it could be an
Something
hour
has
or
gone
two.
wrong.
before
Olivier
I'll get
Gervais
it
in
working.
LMGT3 AM.
Take a look
Let's
at
take
you
a
have
look.
to go back into the server instance, and you can call up that little box, and you can see everybody who's joined, and you can see the thing.
Mine is 5. The worst person,
Back to Max Sunken lap, currently running P10.
GT at 50. Haha! Sorry, Kesby's at 7.
The first sector is where Daryl Kruger pulls away.
Good.
Where's the backup server, Matthew?
It's Eric.
My house.
The other backup is Stu. He's not here.
It's
And
good to know you had a backup ready.
It's an accidental feature of building the live streaming app thing.
Well, yeah, I went in there and it was, you know, it has UPS backup and everything. And I went in there and it was not lit up and couldn't get it to light up. I think maybe there's a power supply issue or something. I'll have to check into it when I get a chance.
All right. So everybody, it looks like we are going to give Eric's server another run for the money. Thank you very much, Eric, for being here to
Johnny
help.
Gutierrez ticking off the laps on lap 12.
So in that, let's get the race.
That's where Alexander McCreary is making time through the first sector. Daniel Kirby accelerating harder from the final sector.
Right now.
It's mine.
Norm Graff
Okay, so
continues
we
to
don't have to
improve
switch.
through sector 2.
We are where we are. Started the race briefing a couple minutes ago, so I'll get everyone to
Ryan
please
Reyes rejoins
come to the
from
pit.
pits. Max Sunkenlap heading into pit lane. Ryan
this is
Corbett
Eric's
Reyes
server. I'm
now
gonna
10
need
laps
to
done. Lanny Hall is in trouble in Hypercar
Gonna
AM.
need
Here's
a
the
map.
replay. Issues for Paul Ibbotson in the LMGT3 class.
Hey, Tom, your Mustang looks funny.
It had a metamorphosis.
Yeah.
Returning to Norm Graff from P5.
Okay, so I just need one more. That's Norm. Norm!
Pit stop for Norm Graff, currently P5.
Thank you, Norm. So, first off, thanks everybody for being here tonight to race Watkins Glen. Should be a lot of fun. And special shout out to Eric for making his box available once again to Backstop us as Dave fights yet more gremlins running around in his system, which is unfortunate. But good news is we have a server for tonight. It looks like it's going to do the business, and I'll just say that if we do start having problems, I'll look to reschedule this race. But I'm going to cross my fingers that everything works well and we have a good race out of this. So as usual, we've got the 20-minute warm-up. The 20-minute quali with the GTs first, and then the hypercars. I won't have a visual warning, so I will ask. Actually, I asked today. Who haven't I asked for a while? Gilles. I'll ask Gilles if he would please give the 1 minute and 30-second warning to the GTs, and then the 1 minute for the GTs, 30 seconds for the hypercars to start lining up at the pit exit, and then he can call the go GTs. Finish your lap, please, Gilles, if you would do that for me.
Yep.
Thank you kindly, sir. And we have a, pardon me, getting a bit of a scratchy throat. We have a 90-minute race as normal. It will be a formation lap with a pace car. So double file. The pace car does move fairly quickly, as we saw with the STC, but it's not unmanageable. And so in pairs, once we get to the pit exit, the pit entry line there coming up to turn 11, the safety car will peel off. The leaders for the hypercar just keep a steady pace. and everyone should be able to line up double behind them. The GT is a little bit further back. Whoever is the GT leader and their pair, please just hang back a little bit from the back end of the hypercars. And then when you see green on your screen, it's go time, and away you go. And so we will get a full 90 minutes worth of racing in this evening, which is good. And orange zone to start is going to be for the STC from the start all the way through to the exit of the bus stop. So just watch yourself racing there. Everyone's going to be pretty tight in. I wouldn't be surprised if the GTs catch up a little bit to the hypercars as they try to file their way through the S's, and then we're off to racing without the orange zone. But as always, as people watch what they're doing, penalties, if they're assigned, will be retroactive onto this race, so for time penalties, and we don't have any penalties left outstanding from people having problems that didn't finish the race, so everyone can race as they are able. No one has to make an artificial stop. Blue flags, everyone's clear on the blue flags. Don't impede, don't hammer on people. Take your time, look at where you can make a good pass, and away you go. Track limits enforced by RF2. Remember how the CMS standard works, which is one tire has to be on the white line for you to be still in bounds. And for T1, yes, you can exceed the curbing there, but you need to get back in, and RF2 does watch you as well. So just that's the only place where there is not going to be a call for an IR there, unless you're completely outside the curbing and come back way late, and RFT will knobble you there as well. For the pit exit, make sure that you stay right at the exit of T10, not T1, T10, and head in at the entrance T11. Make sure you're well into the pit entry lane, so it's very obvious you're going into the pit. People can stay off your back end and then get down to the pit limiter speed, which is 80, because we switched servers. Fast lane, move through the pits and then into your box pit and then back out again. Pit limiter, as you're coming out, make sure you stay right all the way through the lane and stay right as you're coming along, especially with traffic coming along. You've got to leave them room. They've got to leave you room as everyone gets back together if you're on a hot lap. Watch what's going on for traffic during the pit periods so that you don't crash into the back of somebody. And then when you're coming out of T1, make sure you give that car coming out of the pit, which is going to be a bit slower, some room to filter back into traffic. If you spin off, have a problem, make sure you're clear of the track and get yourself righted using the relative boxes and spotters and whatever else you have to get back moving safely out of the way of traffic. If you need to leave because you're stuck in a place that you can't get out of, Control, Delete, Alt F4, or your network cable, and then come back in. And away you go over there. Pretty obvious you're going to need to pit. It's up to you when and how you do that. Remember your pit lane speed limiter. If you have an incident and you know that you did the other driver badly as you were racing a position, apply the golden rule. Slow down in a safe location. Let them, as quickly as possible, let them get the position back and then carry on. IRs everyone's clear on. There is no day, there's no change to night here, so it's a daylight race. And as you all know, if you don't finish the race, you don't get points. And also, you may find that if there's a penalty against you, it's going to be applied the next race. All right. Lanny, I see. Any questions?
You did say on the penalties, it'll be added on at the end, right?
Yes, it's a time penalty on this race, unless you DNF
Right.
or otherwise don't finish, and then it'll be you have to serve the penalty next race.
Gotcha.
Lanny, I see an X next to you, which tells me there's a problem with your livery.
I just had an X by Tom as well.
Yeah.
By Tom as well.
I have a custom. Does that help or hurt, or what do you want me to do?
And James has got nothing at all.
Oh, no.
Well, it depends.
No, my car's
concern
in there.
is-
It's just for some reason I've been forced to wear the ninja outfit for the.
I'm just concerned that you're going to get booted. We will see what happens.
Also on either Daniel or Ben. I can't tell which one.
Daniel.
No, I don't see any X's at all. Oh, no, I still see X on Lenny. So we'll see what happens. Daniel's got 3 dots. So we'll see what happens. We'll see when we go to race if anyone gets kicked out, and we'll go from there. It could be a server issue, and that would be a problem. All right.
So
any other questions?
I'm okay now, Matt. Tom?
You're okay now?
No,
Tom,
X.
I see you with a flashing X.
Okay, do you want me to just get the default?
We'll just see how it works out. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to take us to the next session and get some quality in. The GT3s are first.
We'll keep an eye on Olivier Gervais' situation. Practice complete. The qualifying session is underway. 20 minutes on the clock. Matthew Overton on the move in LMGT3 up to P4. Ryan Hall climbs one position in the Hypercar class.
Hello.
You and Eric can spend left and right.
Don't overlook David Anderson climbing 3 spots
And
to
Tom
P18. Great progress from James Bounders. Now P3 in LMGT3 out. Pit stop complete for Darryl Kruger. Olivier Gervais back out on track.
Kirby and Lonnie shows some red X's.
James Bowders rejoins from the pits.
Yeah, I don't think delivery's working.
Jake Tammy up 1 place to P3 in Hypercar.
Maybe something on the other servers, not on this one or something.
Pit
It's
stop
kind of
complete for
guessing.
Max Sullivan.
Suppose maybe they could come back in with a default paint scheme or something. Maybe that'll fix it.
I think that's what they're doing right now. Both Daniel and Randy left. I think they're going to go to the defaults, come back. I would guess.
That's what I'm doing.
Also showing Eric Jacobs, right?
Would be weird that Eric got booted because of his skin. He's got the same one as I do, except the number.
Isn't this Eric's server?
Yeah.
I've been talking on physical mute, so I don't think I can actually restart my RF2 at all without restarting the game server. So we have a problem.
David Anderson back out on track.
We have a problem.
Max Sullivan has the advantage through the middle sector. James Bowders holding P12. Max Sullivan maintaining P7. Paul Ibbotson rejoins from the pits.
Ryan, am I still showing a red X?
Don't see a red X, Lanny.
Okay.
David Anderson. Quiet run so far. Johnny Gutierrez has dropped 3 positions since the start. You could set your watch by Daryl Kruger's lap times. Carl Schurl climbs 2 positions in the LMGT3 AM class. Worth noting, Max Sunkenlap up 14 places since the start. James Bowders has ducked into the pits from P5. Paul Ibbotson holding P16. Max Sunkenlap heading into pit lane. The middle sector is where Max Sunkenlap is quicker. Pit stop complete for Max Sunkenlap. Alexander McQuarrie back out on track. The times are coming down for Olivier Gervais. Quicker laps now from Carl Schurl. Pit stop for Matthew Overton, currently P6. Tom Mazzella cruising in P20. Paul Ibbotson has been one of the big movers, up 7 from P16 to P9. Sector is where Max Sunkenlap pulls away. Matthew Overton rejoins from the pits. Progress from David Anderson, now P5 in LMGT3 AM. Tom Mazzella started P20, now running P7. Impressive progress. Tom Mazzella on the move in LMGT3 AM, up to P4. Climbs 2 positions in the LMGT3 class. Leader Alexander McQuarrie has built a gap. Carl Schurl has ducked into the pits from P9. Big moment, Max Sunkenlap pits from the lead. Meanwhile, Stephen Miller pitting from P5. Max Sunderland maintaining the lead.
This is race control. GT is working with it.
Pit stop complete for Stephen Miller. Stephen Miller is quicker on the power out of the final sector. That's Tom Masella's best sector 2 of the session. Pit stop for Tom Masella, currently P6. David Anderson has ducked into the pits from P11.
GT's
10 minutes to go.
qualifying is over. LMH can go up.
Ben Kesby back out on track. Johnny Gutierrez rejoins from the pits. Pit stop complete for Norm Graf. Lanny Hall back out the track. Ryan Paul Reyes rejoins from the pits. Matthew Overton heading into pit lane. Meanwhile, Paul Ibbotson pitting from P3. Stephen Miller has ducked into the pits from P5. Stephen Miller with the entry, Tom Mazzella with the exit at the first and final sectors. A solid 6 laps so far from Olivier Gervais. P19 for Daniel Kirby, a quiet run so far. Ben Kesby running in P18. Gilles Lalonde heading into pit lane. Johnny Gutierrez is quicker through the first sector. Gilles Lalonde is making time through the middle sector. Ryan Paulbert Reyes consistently faster through the first sector. Pit stop complete for Gilles Lalonde. Lap 2 for Norm Graf settling into the rhythm. Norm Graf back out on track. Don't overlook Daniel Kirby climbing 17 spots to P1. Ryan Hall improves in Sector 2. Purple Sector 2 for Ben Kesby. Ben Kesby up 3 places to P2 in Hypercar. Johnny Gutierrez on the move in Hypercar up to P2. Lanny Hall has been one of the big movers, up 13 from P19 to P6. Ryan Paulbert Reyes climbs 3 positions in the Hypercar AM class. Lanny Hall maintaining P7. Daniel Kirby sets the benchmark in Sector 1. The first sector is where Brian Hall pulls away. Meanwhile, Brian Hall pitting from P4. That's where Ryan Corbett Reyes is making time through the first sector. Jay Tammy has ducked into the pits from P5. Sector 2 improvement for Ryan Corbett Reyes. It's been a difficult day for Matthew Overton, down from P12 to P15. Gilles Lalonde up 2 places to P1 in Hypercar and Brian Hall rejoins from the pits. The leader Daniel Kirby has pitted. Daniel Kirby. James Baird is struggling, now P17 from the P14 start. Johnny Gutierrez heading into pit lane. Good pace from Gilles Lalonde through the middle sector. Ben Kesby gets a better exit from the final sector. Daniel Kirby accelerating harder from the final sector. Gilles Lalonde is quicker through the first sector. Lanny Hall finding time in sector 1. Pit stop for Lanny Hall, currently P9. 2 minutes remaining. Gets a traction for Norm Graf out of the final sector. The middle sector is where Ben Kesby is quicker. Ryan Hall is getting into a rhythm now. Gilles Lalonde back out on track. Ryan Corbett Reyes rejoins from the pits. Hypercar, Daniel Kirby tops the times 1:31.112. 1 minute left in the session. Gilles Lalonde in the Hypercar and closing on Jay Tammy. Gilles Lalonde breaks later. Norm Graf exits faster in the first and final sectors. Ben Kesby is in a real groove, metronome laps. Ben Kesby is building a cushion. Hypercar results. Johnny Gutierrez in the number 2 Cadillac V-Series R Evo on pole with 130.858. Daniel Kirby second, Ben Kesby third. In Hypercar AM, Gilles Alon in the number 3 Cadillac V-Series R Evo on pole with 132.775. Norm Graff in the number 13 Aston Martin Valkyrie second with 133.086. Ryan Paulbert Reyes in the number 22 Toyota TR010 third with 134.034. Now for LMGT3. Max Sunthunlap in the number 6 Ford Mustang Evo GT3 takes pole with 144.729. Alexander McQuarrie and Paul Ibbotson complete the top 3. LMGT3 AM results. Olivier Gervais in the number 82 Ford Mustang Evo GT3 on pole with 145.912. Stephen Miller second, Tom Nacella third.
All right. Some great laps out there. Top of the hypercars was Johnny just wringing the daylights out of the neck of that caddy, followed by Daniel and Ben, and then Gilles doing the same thing for the AM side to plant himself in the middle of the pros. So well done for that. Norm and Ryan following up a little further back. For the GTs, it was Mac, Alexander, and then Paul Ibsen, the top of the pros, and then Olivier, Stephen, and Tom. So
That's
good
the end
mix,
of that
not
one.
much to
Next
separate
session
the
forming
top
up.
of both sides. So it's
Qualifying
looking
done.
Hey,
Warm-up
Matt.
10
session
minutes to go out there
underway. 10
and do
minutes to
stuff.
prepare.
Yes, sir.
So I can't get back on without restarting the server because Steam says that rFactor 2 is already running, so it won't run it again. So I couldn't quali because I got kicked out right at the beginning. I'm willing to NQ, but that still means we got to restart the server and lose all the railroad.
We can save it if you save it on that server, or you can transfer it to this. So we can save it. You can save it.
How do I do
Can I
such a
save it?
thing?
Hold on a second. I should be able to save it. Hold on a second here. I can pass it to you. You can load it on the server, and we can restart, and you can reload the quali. How's that? You should be able to.
Yeah, just tell me what to do. Before starting, I'll do it for the greater good.
Because it's your server, you should start from full hypercar.
Yeah, you can turn the server off.
Okay, you are
And restart
confirming
it.
that I can stop the server.
Yes, you can. And I will pass you the railroad.
Yeah, I went down while I was qualifying, or after I was done qualifying, and tried to boot it again, and it just, I think there's a power supply issue.
No good deed goes unpunished, brother.
Right.
It's all good. I had meant to get the virtual machine server set up so that I wouldn't have to have this problem, but unfortunately that didn't happen in time.
Something more on the to-do list.
You know? Why not
Yeah.
add another thing?
Well, I hope on the main server, that's all it is a power supply, and I can get another one tomorrow and pop it in and be okay.
So there's the railroad. I've just posted privately.
Where does
to you.
this need to go again? Remind me.
So it needs to go into the Watkins Glen boot
In the
settings. So in your
installed
in your
folder? In the settings.
yeah,
Got it.
in
Hold
your
on.
settings folder, there's Watkins
Let's
Glen
see.
boot, and you put it in there.
Use your data server settings. Watkins Glen boot. Okay, and there is an autosave from 9:39 p.m. I'm assuming the autosave is also the same thing.
Is it called? Is it
I don't
edit
know.
RRBN? RRBN?
Yeah, autosave RBin. Let me get my rFactor running first.
Just,
So that
yeah,
I
just
can
rename
set
it,
the server.
and you could. My file is 80 kilobytes, so I don't know what size your file is.
I will just use your file. I don't care about my file.
There we go.
And then, what did I need to do for the quali, or you're going to handle that?
No, because I'd usually do that. Yeah, I can handle that. I just need people to remind me where they finished.
Well, if there's a file on the server, I can send that back to you. I mean, you tell me.
Yeah, if you could send that back to me, that'd be great.
Is that the XML from the log folder?
It's in the log folder. Yeah, should be in the results.
Results. Oh, Jesus. What is the most recent file here?
Jesus is playing.
That should be
Damn it.
Watkins, Glen, Q.
I see, yeah, Q1. I think this is it. Hang on.
That should be it. Gotta trust it. Excellent.
Now, the problem will be if we have the same problem either at the beginning of the race or during the race.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did something happen while I was away, while we were qualifying?
As soon as the quali started, a bunch of people got kicked out, and because I have the server running on my machine, Steam says rFactor 2 is already running, so I couldn't restart it without stopping the server first, and I wasn't going to do that without confirming with Matt, so we ran the whole quali without me. Let's see here, rFactor 2 dedicated server.
I would have pulled the plug right away. Oh no, guys! Power fluctuation.
I mean, I did think about it, but I didn't think about it till much later. So
I clicked the wrong button.
We're all out saying it's a damn shame that you're providing the server but didn't get to quali.
Yeah.
Well, it is up to my fellow LMGT3 pros to decide what to do with me.
There you go. Stick him in the middle.
Back of the pro class.
You're in the back.
I would have been in the back anyway, so that's not really much of a change.
That was two hypercar drivers. Don't listen to them.
Like I said, no good deed goes unpunished, brother.
Okay, so I need to change race to user real, right, Matt?
Yes.
Okay, so
Oh, yes. Yeah, exactly.
Do I need to change the? I don't think I can change the pit speed here anyway.
Don't worry about it.
Okay, so
We're
we're
okay.
just hitting load. It's
We'll
coming
survive.
up.
So let's see if I can get this properly.
It is officially loaded and connected to Steam.
All right. Good. This gives me the results. Excellent.
We see the server. Can we join?
You can.
Do you think it was everybody with a custom skin that got kicked?
I did not have a custom skin.
No, it was a random sort of thing.
When there's red X on skins, rFactor 2 just plays havoc with us.
Yeah.
Well, Eric's got the same skin as I do, and it's part of the mod. So, and I stayed
it
there.
wasn't that one. It's just, there's a couple people that had custom skins and some other stuff, and when rFactor 2
It
doesn't
could
like
just
it,
be
it goes
causing
crazy.
problems for other people randomly. It does.
Is it
that.
the same password?
Should be.
Yeah.
Here we go again.
If you saved it, it'll just let you in.
Yeah, that's the theme for the night with the hardware and the servers. Here we go again.
Never mind, was caps lock.
That is why I chose the password that I did.
So what's it called?
Not CMS WGI.
If you just type in CMS into the search box, it'll find it for you. As long as you're on internet. If you're on internet and you get all the internet listings, in that little search box in the top right, put in CMS and it'll pop it up for you.
So apparently our skins caused a problem because of it being a different server, right?
We have no idea what's causing the problem.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah,
But,
so
I'm
if
not
it-
about.
if it was-
I
if it was
noticed
a
the
skin.
skins were there, and I thought that would cause the problem to boot them when we went to race. but I don't know that it's causing the problem on the server. It should, a skin that RF2 doesn't like, it'll boot you when it goes to race, right?
Right.
Or do other weird things.
On connection, I got connection lost.
Well, there's a lot of people trying to simultaneously
see
connect,
you.
so I wouldn't put too much faith in.
You're in the
No,
race.
sorry, it's connection lost before the first time.
Yeah, exactly. Exactamundo.
I'm stuck at 100%.
Daryl Kruger on the move in LMGT3 AM
Oh,
up
you're
to
perfect.
P1.
How about that?
Warm up complete. The race is next. The practice session begins.
But I'm not moving,
62
so.
minutes available. Meanwhile, Ryan Paulbert Reyes pitting from P8. Norm Graf has dropped 12 positions since the start.
If we get up to 20, I can move this along to warm up, and I can.
Pit stop complete for Tom Mazzella.
I think I'll have to close my RF2. It's not going.
Carl Strohal back out on track.
Okay, give that a shot and see what happens.
Looks like I've arrived.
Yes, you have,
Max
Stephen,
Sumtermatt
and Johnny,
having a tough
and
race
Mac.
down 5 from P14 to P19.
So everyone but
Ryan
that was
Hall leads
Olivier.
by 4 seconds.
is it Olivier?
Yep. Yeah.
Ah, right. Sorry, I've got a big, great thing of
P2 for Paul Ibbotson.
XML
Quiet
files.
run so far.
We'll
Gilles
just let
Lalonde
people tool
rejoins
around
from
till
the
Olivier
pits.
gets back in.
Lanny Hall holding P10.
And you're in, correct, Eric?
I'm in and on. Driving poorly.
You look nice, Paul.
Thanks.
Pit stop complete for Norm Graf. Johnny Gutierrez back out on
Joining
track.
server, choosing my car. It's loading in. Let's see if it goes past 100% now.
Do you become plus que parfait?
Yeah, we always aim to.
Daniel Kirby rejoins from the pits.
Hey Matt, we've got a bunch of Tim Hortons down here in Atlanta now.
Get out of
Yeah,
town.
I'm there.
Yeah, they just opened a brand new one right by my house.
Outstanding. Have you been in there to try a Dutchie or maybe a Boston
I have
Cream?
not. I've actually been to a Tim Hortons in Canada when I was up there for work many years ago.
A new
But
session best through
I
sector
have not
3
been to
for
any of the
Brian
ones
Hall.
down here.
The signage
There's
is
still
a
a
little bit
Forward to the
different
front
down in
of the gearbox now,
Atlanta. It
just
says Tim
0.1
Hortons,
seconds.
y'all.
Y'all. Well, you got to go and
Olivier
bring
Gervais
back a Timmy's
struggling.
room.
Now P21
There's
for the
Olivier. You're in
P6
now.
start.
Okay, so I'm going to move us along to.
Carl Struhel heading into pit lane. Lanny
Everybody,
Hall climbs
hands
one
off
position
wheels.
in
Going to move us
hypercar
forward
and
to
class.
the quali to see if that doesn't kick people. Hands off wheels.
Pit stop for Norm Graf, currently P16. Practice is in the books. Green flag
was a
for
bit early.
qualifying. 20 minutes to find the limit.
Okay, so I'm going to move us along now to warm up and start doing the magic.
That's qualifying.
Oh, thank you,
The
Matthew.
warm-up begins. 10 minutes
And I'm sorry,
available.
guys. We'll get the main one. We'll figure out what's wrong with it.
No problem. Things happen.
Have we got 10 minutes?
I thought it was new.
5-ish.
It is. We're not. Well, yeah. It's a year and a half old.
I guess it runs all the time, doesn't it?
We had a power issue though about 10 days ago, and we lost a monitor that was in that same room, but nothing else. And this thing's just been running, but it did get rebooted. Some stuff did earlier today, and I'm wondering if when it rebooted, it failed because maybe it had a surge or something. That was taking a week or so. If that makes sense.
you guys have surge protection on your electrical system?
Since the reboot, was the broadcast back on?
Yes, broadcast is on.
Ah, that's good.
Can you guys hear me?
Can hear you. You're a little quiet.
Oh yeah.
I asked, did you have surge protection on your server?
Yeah, we do. It's actually hooked up to a UPS. I mean, a battery backup and everything.
Okay. Well,
No telling, right?
well, if you have a big surge, you have to have a suppressor, and it may be built in your UPS, but it may not. I don't know. I'm an electrical engineer, so I'm just giving you a heads up.
Yeah, the UPSs do a decent job, but they can only do so much.
If you get a massive surge, it probably won't handle it.
Yeah, it's odd though how other little electronics in that room that weren't even on that seem to be fine. So sort of luck of the draw, I guess.
Yeah, it comes down to the chip, just what your tolerances are and how hard a hit it is. And, this chip works and that chip don't.
Right.
I've seen faulty. I've seen brand new equipment fail after 2 weeks, so that can also be possible.
Right. What I have to do is pull the power supply out of it, and I got a little tester, but I couldn't do all that tonight. Yeah, I didn't know it was down till I got on to race.
Did something happen to the server, or?
Yeah.
Does it seem to be frozen now?
Yeah, everybody out on track is frozen for me.
Yeah.
It's back.
And it should be back.
Good.
I don't even one of those nights.
David is.
This is when you sort of like the idea of the newer games that you don't mess with this sort of stuff.
I'm waiting for rFactor 2 to maybe run again. Computer's still very, very angry.
Well, you're in.
RF2 is still running, but I can't see it. But I can't click anything because I think RF2 is still running. It's very interesting right now.
Look at the name on your car, and you might be imagining something.
Gilles Lalonde plays the lead.
You come to a stop.
Yeah.
Well, the bridge is finished loading, so maybe now it'll settle down.
Ryan Hall goes green in sector one.
Unfortunately, oh wait, maybe.
No, you've left the race. You're not going to be able to rejoin, are you?
I cannot rejoin without restarting the server. That is correct.
Okay, guys, we're going to do one last restart to see if we can make it work for Eric. I don't want to leave him behind.
I need 10 seconds.
Agreed. Fully agreed.
Yeah, one more shot at it.
Well, I don't even think we could race if he can't.
Group effort.
It'd be unfair to have his server and then not let him race.
Thank you for saying that. That was what I was thinking.
Gilles Lalonde looking strong.
Okay, anybody still need a second?
David Anderson started P18, now we're P15. Impressive progress. Stephen Miller has slowed dramatically in LMGT3.
So David, while we're waiting for Eric to do his magic, do you think you're going to be able to get things sorted out for Saturday?
If I can get that's a hard for me to say for sure. If I can get a power supply and and assuming that's the problem, then I would think so. Yeah.
Okay. I'm of course saying, typing that in all capitals for George.
Yeah, man, I actually have a virtual machine on this machine that was set up. I just never finished installing rFactor.
Okay.
So if somebody wants to like remote into that or team viewer into it to get it set up for Saturday, then,
Then
at
I'd
least
say
if
you need to talk to
Go ahead.
George. Is the guy because I'm
Yeah.
going to stick my finger to that socket only if I absolutely have to.
Copy.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to do it anyway. Just I wasn't planning to do it, today.
Can we get a live stream of George hearing that we might have to postpone Le Mans again?
Oh, is that for?
Oh boy.
Wait, you said again?
Again, yeah, this will be the second running of Le Mans.
It got red flag.
Well, yeah, because we had I had to have a network upgrade. There was not an outage, but we had a network upgrade here, and they came on. It didn't get finished until it happened during the middle of his race, essentially.
Okay, Matt, it's up.
So it wasn't an outage; it was planned. But he just decided
So
to.
you join
postpone
first
it.
and tell me you're there.
Okay. Wait, what is it doing right now? Hold on. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Online servers, community. Sorry, guys. I thought this would be better. It's been tenuous at best, but we'll see if we can get it to do.
It's actually
It is better. It's just everybody's better, but you.
Fair.
It is running. So this is it.
I've been looking though while y'all are doing this, Matthew, and it looks like I can get a replacement power supply here tomorrow, so I would be able to install it and have him hopefully running, right? But that's assuming that's the problem, right? You put a power supply in it, and it could be the motherboard or something, right?
Yeah, as was mentioned, it might have done something to something after it did its thing. So
right, although it's been running fine, and now it just won't boot. So I'm hoping it's
Matt,
maybe
I'm
just,
in, and other people are joining.
I see you all.
Okay, I need to rejoin. I forgot to rejoin.
And do you have to do the setup dance again of the people?
I do. So I'm just going to wait till everyone gets in, and then I'm going to go to warm up.
If we refrain from going on track, it might be a little bit less load on the server while you do even more load moving people around.
Yeah, that's actually a good suggestion. If people could just refrain from getting on the server right now.
On track, you mean?
Yeah, getting on track. Get on the server, just stay off the track. Just sit in the pit while we go through this, please.
Zarek, when you crashed, was your machine running high on CPU or RAM or something?
No, I turned off my stream recording just in case, but it was definitely some kind of GPU driver hang thing, which I haven't seen. I didn't see it for a while, but I may have to go to even older drivers or something. But that's definitely what happened. It's the same stuff that used to happen earlier in the season, and I had fixed it for whatever the last race was. Detroit. It was perfect for Detroit, but then
definitely. The time when you crashed middle of the race, computer crash middle of the race, is that same issue?
It was the same problem I had at Long Beach, right at the beginning, where the game just freezes and all of the graphics are frozen, and audio still works. I can still hear things, the controls still work, so I come to a complete stop, and then eventually the GPU sort of wakes up and it's oh yeah, I'm supposed to do stuff. So unfortunately in this case it ultimately caused RF2 to crash. Yeah, it's the latest Blackwell drivers for the 5000 series. Apparently they're a little buggy.
What GPU are you running?
It's a 5080.
You're making me nervous.
No,
that's what you got.
It was actually fine for most of. I had it, I think, most of last year, and it was fine. But I was on the train of like updating NVIDIA drivers, and I should have just stayed with something that worked.
Lanny, you're on a 5080 too, don't you?
I do.
Yes.
Lanny?
90.
Wow. Slapping
Right,
on the
just need
table,
one
why
more
don't you?
person.
Oh, I got it before the price went up. The Astral. I suckered in Alex to getting a 5090 as well.
No, I'm running a 3080.
4070.
So who am I still waiting for?
I got a 3080 Ti.
Looks like I'm still stuck at 100%. I just realized.
You again.
%, doesn't finish loading.
Try rebooting one. Try restarting RF2 and doing it again.
Yeah, I just did it.
What I'm worried about is that we're seeing the problem where RF2 is not releasing the link, even though the disconnections happened, which is
Where have we seen that before?
yeah. This is what happened with the lawns, right? Is we had people couldn't get back in, they got disconnected, couldn't get back in. I'm concerned that we're going to see it again.
Well,
that was a different
worst
virtual
worst
server.
case, I'm
so there's
willing to
something
do
going
like a
on that it
full-
doesn't like virtual servers.
Well, this one's just running natively. It's not actually a virtual server, but worst case.
Yeah, no, I get
I'll
you.
just
But there's
reboot
something
my
there's
actual
something about the
machine.
dynamics that we don't understand because it happened with the virtual, and now it's happening with you. It's kind of looks like the same problem. It might be a completely different problem, but it's
Yeah,
not.
I feel like it's the kind of thing where you just gotta if you're gonna restart the actual like RF2 server, you might as well just reboot the whole machine, kind of thing,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Okay, car selection. It's gonna load in. It's loading in. Let's see.
Doing a reboot will make this an hour-long race instead, correct?
I mean, we might as well at this point.
I think I'm gonna come in. Yeah, I'm in.
Not yet.
Well, I see the
Yeah, I
main
know.
screen.
You're doing the loading, but when I see you, then
Yeah.
you're in.
Well, I see other people.
Well, you're right now in transporter land. You're sort of like
Correct,
you've
you're
just
loading
embodied
everybody
one
else.
location, and you're loading into the new location. So you should show up. There you are. All right.
Now
Let's
you're in.
go next session. How does that work out for everybody? So far, so good.
It's raining hard in Montreal. I had to almost shut the window. My sofa took a shower while I was driving.
Okay, so I'm going to see if I can get everyone lined back up again. Right. Totally.
Matthew, are you doing that by hand or running a bat file?
Oh, I'm doing it by hand.
Okay.
Because I can't run a batch file on his machine, unfortunately. That's all right. I'm getting used to it.
Quick finger, Matthew.
That's what she said.
Who
The
won
next
today?
season, we'll just all switch to LMU instead.
Not yet.
I can feel the keys hitting the back of my head from George's machine. Don't do that. Please don't say that where people can hear me. Hear you.
Canada won by 6 today.
Yeah, pretty impressive.
6.
Well, Qatar went down 2 players rather quickly, unfortunately. 8.
I live
Injury
right
or red
near
card?
Levi Stadium, and it's a bunch of crazy Europeans just drinking.
Ross
It's
is not
so
on here,
good.
is he? He could play the George screaming.
I mean, I think I could do that if you really want.
Cue it up.
No, don't mess up the server.
It wouldn't actually be a
Olivier's
server.
lucky 13.
I don't know. Our factory could be like, man, he's distracted by doing something else. Let's go ahead and cut the server.
God bless you.
Ross is paying attention.
Carl, you still on?
Yeah, I'm here. You don't say
seem
it.
to have these
Don't-
issues on Tuesdays, do we?
Don't, I was about to say, don't say it. Don't.
Carl is 18. Yeah. He snuck
Right.
in there. $19 is Daryl.
I just so love the old ambience voice from rFactor 1.
Okay.
Moment of truth.
I think I've got everyone in the right grid position. So we'll just let it settle for a minute or two and give it to 7 minutes, and everyone can go out and just test to make sure it's all.
Was the real road put back? Or it
Yes.
was
Well, the
already
real
there?
road should have. He just rebooted the server, so it was what was
Okay,
set.
sorry.
I double checked
There it
it.
is. Sorry. George has already made a comment.
And the stream is now
Oh
live.
yeah. Don't worry, George knows. There's nothing to be gained by trying to avoid that maelstrom.
So are we switching to a race, or what are we doing, Matt?
I gotta let everyone get out of the pit box and just drive. Get out of the garage and drive to make sure everything's good for them.
Matt, did you want us to pit box check, or did you want us to just go out and drive?
I just want people to drive just to see if anything happens. Actually, since we're doing, yeah, let's just circulate around once and then pull in your pit box. Just make sure everything's working. Bye, JD.
It was a really late turn in there.
Well, I saw you coming through, so I thought I'd just take my way easy around it. So you hanging out there.
13 long grass, keeping it clean.
Somebody's Porsche's smoking like mad.
Johnny Gutierrez holding P2.
Don't mind me, Lanny. I'm just trying to scare 2 pounds out of you.
Worked.
Olivia Gervais cruising in P21.
You won't be pitting like that, will you, Carl?
Ibbotson maintaining P3.
Yeah, guys, during the race, make sure you're hitting the correct way on pit
James
entry.
Bowders holding P17.
Yeah, make sure you're well over to the right.
Carl Struhol cruising in
There's a
P12.
nice yellow line that you need to be be inside.
P9 for Matthew Overton. A quiet run so far.
Keep your hands inside the ride at all times.
That's what she said.
Stephen Miller maintaining P15.
It's going to be tight.
Worth noting Norm Graf up 12 places.
I don't
since
think
the
you and
start.
I will be pitting at exactly the same time.
Not if you have anything to say.
Purple
about it.
sector 1 for Gilles Lalonde.
It's just fingers crossed for finishing the race for everybody.
Exactly. Okay. So, how we doing, everybody?
So far, so good.
Ready?
Yep.
All right. Let's go. Play hands on whatever it is that is most important to you. Make sure you've got your setup all loaded and ready to go. And we'll flip across. Let's go to the next section.
Don't overlook Daniel Kirby, climbing 5 spots to P2. Warm-up complete. The race
And
is
it's only
next.
35 seconds, so you can't lollygag. If lollygagging was in your mind. 20 seconds. And we're starting the pit, so the lead guys just take your time. Everyone else filter out afterwards. Just watch the pit lane, okay?
And here we have the grid for today's race. 21
Just
cars
realized
across
my
all classes.
sitting position is different in here.
Hypercar. Leading Hypercar,
I can't
Johnny
do anything about that.
Gutierrez.
Too late
the
for
number
that.
2 Cadillac
Yeah, I know.
WASD.
R-Evo. At P2,
Well, I did my quali like that, so I guess I'll be good.
Genesis GMR 001. P3, Ben Kesby in the number 9 Ferrari 409P. Brian Hall, number 1 Cadillac V-Series, R-Evo P4.
For anyone
At P5,
starting
J. Tummy in the number 15 BMW M Hybrid
after the
V8
grid.
Evo. Now Hypercar AM. Gilles Lalonde is Hypercar AM in the number 3 Cadillac V-Series, R-Evo. Norm Graf in the number 13 Aston Martin
Hey
Valkyrie.
man, it's telling me to catch up to Lanny.
Ryan
and I'm driving
Reyes,
too
number
slow.
22,
I mean,
Toyota R010 P3.
They gave you a penalty?
At P4, Lanny Hall in the number
not yet,
31
but
Cadillac
it's good now.
V-Series
The hypers are right there.
R-Evo. Next up, LMGT3. At the front of LMGT3,
Fast safety
Max
car.
Sunfenlap in the number 6
It
Ford
is.
Mustang Evo GT3. P2,
I get it, so you mean we can't
Alexander
make a big
McQuarrie
gap
in the number
between
23
Hypers
Porsche
and
911
GT3s.
GT3.
Well, not until the final
Paul Ibbotson in the number
final
165
turn when the safety
Porsche
car pulls in.
911 GT3 1992.
So you do have time to pull it back up if you get too far
P4,
back.
Matthew Overton in the number 174 Ferrari
slam dance here right away.
296 Evo GT3.
You have to be fairly
P5, Eric
distant.
Jacobs in the number 24 Ford Mustang Evo GT3. Moving on to LMGT3 AM. Leading LMGT3 AM, Olivia
Eric, you still
Gervais
with us?
in the number 82
So far,
Ford
so
Mustang
good.
Evo GT3.
Back of the
Stephen
train,
Miller
back of the bus.
in the number 424 McLaren 720S.
Just say the
Evo
word. I
GT2.
can
Tom
cause an
Mazzella,
incident.
number
You
9,
can get actually much closer to the front.
1992 P3.
Matthew, is it
Four,
true that you
James Bowden
changed
in
your
the number
prancing
92
horse
Porsche
to
911
prancing
GT3 1992 too. At P5, Carl
Not yet.
in the number 42 Ford
I haven't
Mustang
got anything that
Evo
tells me I'm
GT3.
driving a unicorn.
Darrell Kruger.
After
in the
your
number
safety car
94
goes in,
McLaren
am I supposed to keep a
720S
5-second
Evo
gap
P6.
or something? 5
David
seconds?
Anderson, number 70 McLaren 720S Evo P7.
The GTs, just give yourself a bit of a gap from the back of the Hypers. Okay, everybody, have a good race out there. Let's see everyone make it to the end.
And we're racing. Here's that hypercar passed by Jay Tammy on Brian Hall. Hypercar Ben Kesby in trouble. Cars now racing, 89 minutes at Watkins Glen booth. Hypercar AM, LMGT3 AM. Olivia Gervais, all over Matthew Overton for P12. returning to Olivier Gervais in P15. Traffic cleared for Eric Jacobs. David Anderson in one place to P6 in LMGT3 AM. Daryl Kruger gets it done into P4 in LMGT3 AM. James Bowders all over Matthew Overton for P13. Great progress from Tom Rizzella. Now P6 in LMGT3 AM. Let's see Tom Rizzella's move on Carl Schurer in LMGT3 AM. Back to Norm Graff, currently running P7. On board with Norm Graff, chasing Lanny Hall for 6. Johnny Gutierrez goes purple in sector 2. P3 Jim Tammy, keeping it clean. Lanny Hall running in P6. Ben Kesby maintaining P8. Alexander McQuarrie holding P11. On board with Max Sumterlap, chasing Brian Hall for P9. P19 David Anderson, keeping it clean. Clean two for Tom Rizzella, a quiet run so far. Norm Graff on the move in Hypercar AM, up to P3. Here's Norm Graff's pass on Lanny Hall in Hypercar AM. We're back with James Bowders in P2 in LMGT3 AM. James Bowders started P17, now running P14. Impressive progress. Tammy continues to improve through sector 1. Gap now 1.1 seconds to Norm Graff. Still just 0.3 seconds between them. A new personal best sector 1 there for Brian Hall. In LMGT3, Max Sumterlap tops the times 1:46.089. Another look at Eric Jacobs overtaking Matthew Overton in LMGT3. We're back with James Bowders in P14. They've traded blows for over a minute and counting. Johnny Gutierrez consistently faster through the first sector. Daniel Kirby is building a cushion. Better entry speed for Gilles Lalonde at the first sector. Sector 2 improvement for Ben Kesby. Green sector 3 for Brian Hall. James Bowders digging deep to hold his position. 3 laps completed by Max Sumterlap. Paul Williamson continues to improve through sector 1. A new personal best, sector 3 there for Stephen Miller. Lap 3 for Eric Jacobs, settling into the rhythm. Green sector 1 for Darrell Kruger. Personal best in sector 1 for Tom Mazzella. Pit stop complete for Matthew Overton. Daniel Kirby continues to improve through sector 2. That's where Daniel Kirby is making time through the first sector. Norm Graf is pulling away, gap up by 3.7 seconds. Brian Hall sets a personal best through sector 2. Brian Hall's been quicker, pulling away. That's something like he's building a cushion. Sector 1 improvement for Stephen Miller. On board with Ryan Corbett Reyes, chasing G. Tammy for third. A new personal best sector 2 there for David Anderson. Tom Mazzella improves in sector 2. Daniel Kirby with 3.3 seconds of clear air ahead. Ben Kesby all over Lanny Hall for P7. Norm Graf is struggling to maintain the pace. Different approaches at the first and final sectors. Lanny Hall carries more speed, Ben Kesby accelerates harder. Brian Hall has found some pace in the last few laps. Three cars scrapping over P4, Gilles Alonda, Ryan Corbett Reyes and Norm Graf. Battle's been raging for over a minute now. This is turning into a real chess match. The lap times are starting to drop off the Max Sultan lap. Alexander McQuarrie and Paul Ibbotson trading advantages through the first and final sectors. Remarkably consistent from Stephen Miller. You could set your watch by Eric Jacobs' lap times. Johnny Gutierrez brakes later. Daniel Kirby exits faster at the first and final sectors. Quicker laps now from Tom Mazzella. J. Tammy's pace is fading. Norm Graf has the edge on entry to the first sector. Gap now 5.5 seconds for Ben Kesby. Lanny Hall is struggling to maintain the pace. Brian Hall ticking off the laps on lap 6. Going on over a minute now and neither will yield. Here's that hypercar and passed by Norm Graf on Gilles Alonda. Three cars strapping over P4. Norm Graf, Ryan Corbett Reyes and Gilles Alonda. Returning to Eric Jacobs in P16. On board with Eric Jacobs, chasing Olivier Gervais for P15. first sector is where Brian Hall pulls away. We have a fight for position here. Paul Gibbonson closing right up. Lanny Hall is losing touch with Gilles Lalonde. The lap times are starting to drop off for Daniel Kirby. Here's Lanny Hall's pass on Gilles Lalonde in Hypercar out. Back to Daniel Kirby, currently running Q2. A mere 0.4 seconds covering this intense fight. Carl Stroll is quicker through the first sector. Climbs one position in the LMGT3 class. Johnny Gutierrez 7 laps in, holding a 4-second lead. Johnny Gutierrez's pace is fading. The gap is stretching out for Daniel Kirby. The middle sector is where Ryan Corbett Reyes is quicker. Ben Kesby is struggling to maintain the pace. Ben Kesby consistently faster through the first sector. Darryl Kruger cruising in P17. The lap times are starting to drop off for David Anderson. Tom Mazzella has been faster, closing in on David Anderson. The times are coming down for Matthew Overton. Worth noting Alexander McQuarrie, up 3 places since the start. Alexander McQuarrie up 1 place to P2 in LMGT3. Ryan Hall clears the slower car. Is pulling away, gap up by 18.4 seconds. Losing a bit of pace now, Alexander McQuarrie. Paul Higginson's pace is fading. 0.4 seconds, that's all there is in it. Eric Jacobs is reeling in Olivier Gervais. Gilles Lalonde on the move in Hypercar Am, up to P3. Let's see Gilles Lalonde move on Lanny Hall in Hypercar Am.
I just lost everybody.
Yeah, I think it's just you for now.
Returning to Olivier Gervais in P3 in LMGT3 Am. Matthew Overton has ducked into the pits with P21. Ben Kesby has the advantage at the first sector. Norm Graf breaking deeper into the first sector. Lanny Hall is quicker through the first sector. Gap now 17.7 seconds for Brian Hall. The first sector is where Alexander McQuarrie pulls away. Lanny Hall has dropped 3 positions since the start. Another look at Norm Graf overtaking Ryan Corbett Reyes in Hypercar and we're back with Ben Kesby in P4. Ben Kesby is under relentless pressure here.
Alright guys, I'm done.
Tommy is building a cushion. Ben Kesby extending the lead. Brian Hall is losing touch with Ryan Corbett Reyes. That's where Jules Lalonde is making time through the first sector and absorbing backward between these two. James Bowders carries more speed through the middle sector. James Bowders is struggling to maintain the pace. It's been over a minute of battling now. Gap now 19.1 seconds for Darrell Kruger. Good pace from Tom Mazzella through the middle sector. Ben Kesby consistently faster through the first sector. Norm Graf is quicker through the first sector. Losing a bit of pace now, Ryan Corbett Reyes. Ryan Corbett Reyes and Brian Hall trading time through the first and final sectors. Ben Kesby climbs 1 position in the hypercar class. Here's that hypercar pass by Ben Kesby on Jay Tammy. Returning to Jay Tammy in P4. Jay Tammy all over Ben Kesby for 3rd. Paul Iverson is building a cushion. The lap time is starting to drop off for Olivier Gervais. Just 0.8 seconds separating these two. Daniel Kirby accelerating harder from the final sector. Tom Mazzella and Carl Struhol trading advantages through the first and final sectors. The gap is stretching out for Ben Kesby. Jay Tammy is pulling away, gap up by 4.9 seconds. Ryan Corbett Reyes running in P6. the first sector is where Gilles Alon pulls away. This battle continues, neither giving up. The middle sector is where Max Sondermack is quicker. James Bowders has the advantage through the middle sector. Olivier Gervais has the advantage at the first sector. Ben Keswick building a cushion. Ryan Corbett Reyes has taken the Hypercar AM lead. Let's see Ryan Corbett Reyes' move on Norm Graff in Hypercar AM. Back to James Bowders, running P1 in LMGT3 AM. Brian Hall having a tough race down 3 from P4 to P7. Ryan Hall back out on track. Gilles Lalonde rejoins from the pits. Watch the braking into the first sector. Orbison is later there. Meanwhile, Daniel Kirby pitting from P2. James Bowders right up behind, only 0.2 seconds in it. After over a minute, neither driver is backing down. Relentless stuff and still no breakthrough.
Good entry.
Different approaches at the first and final sectors. Daniel Kirby carries more speed, Ben Kesby accelerates harder. That's where Lanny Hall is making time through the first sector. David Anderson has the edge on entry to the first sector. Jay Tammy heading into pit lane. Daniel Kirby up one place to P2 in Hypercar. And Kesby gets a better exit from the final sector. Pit stop complete with Daniel Kirby. Ryan Corbett Reyes struggling, now P4 from a P1 start. G. Tammy and Norm Graff trading time through the first and final sectors. Tammy has been quicker, pulling away. Gilles Lalonde's pace is fading. Great progress from Brian Hall, now P4 in Hypercar. The gap is stretching out for Paul Ibbotson. G. Tammy and Matt Sondermack trading advantages through the first and final sectors. Paul Ibbotson carries more speed into the first sector. Better entry speed for Alexander McQuarrie at the first sector. Trouble for J. Tammy in Hypercar. J. Tammy has spun in Hypercar. Let's see that again. Olivier Gervais currently running P15. Carl Struhl is chipping away at Tom Nasella's lead, 0.7 seconds now. Norm Graf with the entry, Brian Hall with the exit at the first and final sectors. Hypercar Brian Hall behind Hypercar and Norm Graf. Ryan Corbett Reyes is losing touch with Gilles Lalonde. Ryan Corbett Reyes is pulling away, gap up by 13.7 seconds. Eric Jacobs gets by James Bowders. Olivier Gervais finds one position in the LMGT3 AM class. Gap now 1.2 seconds for Alexander McQuarrie. Stephen Miller is losing touch with Alexander McQuarrie. Stretching out for James Bowders. Darrell Kruger is struggling to maintain the pace. Gap now 4.7 seconds for David Anderson. Let's look back at when J. Tammy came to a halt on lap 15. We're back with Stephen Miller in P13. On board with Stephen Miller chasing Eric Jacobs for P12. Ryan Corbett Reyes breaks later. JT Tammy exits faster at the first and final sectors. Max Sompenlap consistently faster through the first sector. The first sector is where Paul Ibbotson pulls away. Eric Jacobs has the advantage at the first sector. Olivier Gervais has ducked into the pits from P14. Stephen Miller is building a cushion. Strong drive out of the final sector for Brian Hall. James Bowders on the move in LMGT3 and up to P2. "18 laps completed by Gilles Lalonde. Pit stop for Tom Nazella, currently P18. Carl Struhl one place to P6 in LMGT3 AM. The gap is under half a second for Tom Nazella. Don't overlook Olivier Gervais, climbing 3 spots to P18. Olivier Gervais back out on track. David Anderson has problems in LMGT3 AM. David Anderson is in trouble in LMGT3 AM. Here's the replay. Returning to Johnny Gutierrez in P1. Steve Tommy had a significant problem on lap 15. Here's what we missed. Back to Daniel Kirby, currently running P2. The gap is stretching out for Matthew Overton. Eric Jacobs has dropped 3 positions since the start. Multi-class trackers, Daryl Kruger catches Alexander McQuarrie. Great progress from Ryan Colbert Reyes. Now P2 in Hypercar AM. Daryl Kruger extending the lead. Meanwhile, David Anderson pitting from P17. Eric Jacobs rejoins from the pit. Alexander McQuarrie having a tough race, down 3 from P14 to P17. David Anderson heading into pit lane. Pit stop complete for Alexander McQuarrie. Gilles Lalonde at a max something lap trading time through the first and final sectors. Ben Kesby with the entry, Norm Graf with the exit at the first and final sectors. Pit stop for Stephen Miller, currently P11. Brian Hall consistently faster through the first sector. Paul Ibbotson is pulling away, gap up by 20.5 seconds. The first sector is where Matthew Overton pulls away. Lead change in LMGT3 and James Bowes is now P1. Better traction for Daryl Kruger out of the final sector. G-Tommy has been quicker, pulling away. Losing a bit of pace now, Carl. Stephen Miller is faster in, but Eric Jacobs gets the better exit from the first and final sectors. Johnny Gutierrez maintaining the lead. Stephen Miller brakes later, Alexander McQuarrie exits faster at the first and final sectors. While the action has quieted down, let's revisit an earlier moment. We're back with Norm Graf in P4. Meanwhile, Paul Ibbotson pitting from P10. Paul Ibbotson moves into P1 in LMGT3. G-Tommy has the advantage at the first sector. Matthew Overton through the middle sector. Gilles Lalonde with the entry, Paul Ibbotson with the exit at the first and final sectors. Daryl Kruger in the LMGT3 AM closing on max something lap. Paul Ibbotson all over Daryl Kruger for P9. James Bowders is building a cushion. Different approaches at the first and final sectors. James Bowders carries more speed. Eric Jacobs accelerates harder. James Bowders is pulling away, gap up by 0.6 seconds. Stephen Miller goes green in Sector 2. Stephen Miller climbs 1 position in the LMGT3 AM class. Eric Jacobs on the move in LMGT3, up to P2. James Bowder's back out on track. Gilles along the fast green, but Darrell Kruger better exit from the first and final sectors. The middle sector is where Matthew Overton is quicker. Traffic cleared for Paul Ibbotson. Darrell Kruger is quicker through the first sector. Paul Ibbotson and Darrell Kruger trading time through the first and final sectors. Darrell Kruger extending the lead. We have a fight for position here. Olivier Gervais closing right up. Max Sunderland has dropped into the pits from P15. Karl Struhel consistently faster through the first sector. The gap is stretching out for Ryan Corbett-Reyes. Darrell Kruger struggling, now P14 from a P11 start. Has the advantage at the first sector. Karl Struhel right up behind, only 0.2 seconds in it. Darrell Kruger rejoins from the pits. Matthew Overton catching the LMGT3 and Tom Nazella. The leader Johnny Gutierrez has built a gap. Ibbotson with the entry, Eric Jacobs with the exit at the first and final sectors. Multi-class traffic as Tom Nazella catches Max Sunderland. Different approaches at the first and final sectors. Eric Jacobs carries more speed, Olivier Gervais accelerates harder. Traffic for J. Tammy, Hypercar and car ahead. That's where Stephen Miller is making time through the first sector. James Bowders and Darrell Kruger trading time through the first and final sectors. Darrell Kruger is losing touch with James Bowders. Watch the braking into the first sector. Karl Struhel is later there. Karl Struhel extending the lead. Tom Nazella has been faster, closing in on Max Sunderland. Eric Jacobs closing the gap to Paul Ibbotson. Olivier Gervais is quicker through the first sector. LMGT3 and Karl Struhl in trouble. Karl Struhl has slowed dramatically in LMGT3 AM. Here's the replay. We're back with Alexander McQuarrie in P3 in LMGT3. On board with Alexander McQuarrie chasing Olivier Gervais for P11. James Bowder's consistently faster through the first sector. Alexander McQuarrie has been one of the big movers, up 3 from P14 to P11. Something has gone wrong for Eric Jacobs in LMGT3. Let's take a look. Returning to Olivier Gervais in P1 in LMGT3 AM. Karl Struhl in the LMGT3 AM closing on Max Sommerlath. The gap is stretching out for Olivier Gervais. Alexander McQuarrie works through traffic. Olivier Gervais has the advantage through the middle sector. No respite for Olivier Gervais in this scrap. Daryl Kruger has the advantage at the first sector. That's where GT Tammy is making time through the first sector. Gap now 16.3 seconds for Max Sommerlath. Tom Nazella consistently faster through the first sector. The first sector is where Tom Nazella pulls away. Alexander McQuarrie is quicker through the first sector. Eric Jacobs brakes later. Stephen Miller exits faster at the first and final sectors. While we were elsewhere, Karl Struhl stopped on track on lap 21. Returning to Norm Graf in P4. Approaches at the first and final sectors. Brian Hall carries more speed. Ryan Paul Reyes accelerates harder. GT Tammy up one place to P4 Hypercar. Along is chipping away at Brian Hall's lead, 2.5 seconds now. Alexander McQuarrie is building a cushion. Let's look back at when Eric Jacobs came to a halt on lap 22. Back to Johnny Gutierrez, currently running P1. Meanwhile, Norm Graf pitting from P4. Gap is coming down for Ryan Corbett-Reyes. Norm Graf is pulling away, gap up by 1.0 seconds. The gap is stretching out for Matthew Overton. Pit stop complete for Norm Graf. Multi-class traffic as Max Sunkenlap catches Darrell Kruger. Johnny Gutierrez carries more speed through the middle sector. Daniel Kirby in command, 4 seconds clear. Ben Kesby heading into pit lane. Ben Kesby is losing touch with Johnny Gutierrez. Stephen Miller catching the LMGT3, Eric Jacobs. Gilles Lalonde back out on track. Ben Kesby rejoins from the pits. Jay Tammy has ducked into the pits from P5. Traffic for Norm Graf, Hypercar car head. Eric Jacobs had a significant problem on lap 22. Here's what we missed. We're back with Ryan Corbett-Reyes in P4. Jake Tammy carries more speed into the first sector. Gap now 2.5 seconds for Johnny Gutierrez. Johnny Gutierrez has taken the Hypercar lead. Multi-class traffic as Eric Jacobs catches Olivier Gervais. Ryan Corbett-Reyes has the advantage at the first sector. Meanwhile, Ryan Corbett-Reyes hitting from P4. Ben Kesby is pulling away, gap up by 11.2 seconds. On board with Daniel Kirby, chasing Johnny Gutierrez for the lead. Gap down to 3.1 seconds for Norm Grant. Tammy and Brian Hall trading time through the first and final sectors. Brian Hall in the hypercar closing on Ryan Paul but Reyes. They've traded blows for over a minute and counting. Carl Struhel brakes later. Matthew Overton exits faster at the first and final sectors. Ryan Paul but Reyes extending the lead. Eric Jacobs has the edge on entry to the first sector. The gap is stretching out for Stephen Miller. Better entry speed for Jay Tammy at the first sector. Pit stop complete for Matthew Overton. Traffic for Ryan Paul but Reyes. Hypercar car ahead. Different approaches at the first and final sectors. Ryan Paul but Reyes carries more speed. Joey Lond accelerates harder. Matthew Overton is faster in, but David Anderson gets the better exit from the first and final sectors. Ibbotson heading into pit lane. Lead change in LMGT3. Alexander McCrary is now P1. Paul Ibbotson and Olivier Gervais trading advantages through the first and final sectors. Eric Jacobs gets a better exit from the final sector. LMGT3 and Stephen Miller behind LMGT3, Paul Ibbotson. Different approaches at the first and final sectors. Normgraf carries more speed, J-Tami accelerates harder. James Bowders catching the LMGT3, Paul Ibbotson. Paul Ibbotson back out on track. Along consistently faster through the first sector. Gap now 24.4 seconds for Daryl Kruger. Daryl Kruger right on the gearbox now, just 0.1 seconds. Gilles Lalonde brakes later. Alexander McQuarrie exits faster at the first and final sectors. They're nose to tail, 0.8 seconds apart. On board with Brian Hall, chasing J-Tami for 5th. Traffic as J-Tami catches Normgraf. Strong drive out to the final sector for James Bowders. Matthew Overton continues to improve through Sector 2. Another look at Brian Hall overtaking J-Tami in Hypercar. Returning to Karl Struhal in P18. Max Sommermatt is quicker through the first sector. The first sector is where Gilles Lalonde pulls away. Tom Rosella is losing touch with Daryl Kruger. Pit stop for Olivier Gervais, currently P10. Brian Hall has the advantage at the first sector. Olivier Gervais in the LMGT3 AM closing on Eric Jacobs. J-Tami is building a cushion. We have a fight for position here, Stephen Miller closing right up. James Bowders accelerating harder from the final sector. The gap is under half a second for Paul Ibbotson. Max Sommermatt right up behind, only 0.3 seconds in it. Daryl Kruger has been faster, closing in on Olivier Gervais. Great progress from Daryl Kruger, now P3 in LMGT3 AM. Brian Hall's advantage is shrinking. G-Tami is closed by 2.0 seconds. The gap is stretching out for Eric Jacobs. Gap now 10.6 seconds for Paul Ibbotson. Paul Ibbotson is pulling away, gap up by 24.8 seconds. Daryl Kruger with the entry, Olivier Gervais with the exit at the first and final sectors. Meanwhile, Tom Nacella pitting from P17. Olivier Gervais and Tom Nacella trading advantages through the first and final sectors. Olivier Gervais extending the lead. Max Somethinglap consistently faster through the first sector. The first sector is where Daryl Kruger pulls away. Tom Nacella rejoins from the pits. Daniel Kirby moves into P1 in Hypercar. Here's Daniel Kirby's pass on Johnny Gutierrez in Hypercar. Back to Daniel Kirby, currently running P2. Olivier Gervais is losing touch with Max Somethinglap. Issues for Olivier Gervais in the LMGT3 AM class. Worth noting Alexander McQuarrie up 3 places since the start. Don't overlook Ben Kesby, climbing 3 spots to P2. Daniel Kirby is in trouble in Hypercar. Here's the replay. We're back with Gilles Lalonde in P8. The gap is stretching out for Max Sommerlander. Good pace from Ben Kesby through the middle sector. Ben Kesby is quicker through the first sector. Karl Struwel's been quicker, pulling away. While we were elsewhere, Olivier Gervais stopped on track on lap 34. Returning to norm graphic Q4. That's where Karl Struwel's making time through the first sector. Gilles Lalonde consistently faster through the first sector. James Bowder's heading into pit lane. Alexander McQuarrie is losing touch with Stephen Miller. Eric Jacobs gets a better exit from the final sector. Max Sommerlander is quicker through the first sector. Ryan Corbett Reyes is closing in 1.1 seconds in the last 4 laps. Better traction for Max Sommerlander out of the final sector. Stop complete for Daniel Kirby. Green sector 3 for Tom Nisella. Daryl Kruger back out on track. Olivier Gervais has been faster, closing in on James Bowders. Miller, currently P9. Ryan Hall has ducked into the pits for P4. Meanwhile, Karl Struwel pitted for P16.
Sorry, Eric.
Good.
LMGT3 and Stephen Miller behind LMGT3 Alexander McQuarrie. The first sector is where James Bowders pulls away. Gap now 38.0 seconds for Tom Nisella. Eric Jacobs catching the LMGT3 and Stephen Miller. Brian Hall breaks later. Daniel Kirby exits faster at the first and final sectors. Multi-class traffic as Gilles Lalonde catches Daniel Kirby. Brian Hall rejoins from the pits. James Bowders and Tom Nisella trading time through the first and final sectors. Tom Nisella is pulling away, gap up by 3.3 seconds. LMGT3 Matthew Overton behind LMGT3 and Karl Struwel. Pit stop complete for James Bowders. Every corner is a fresh chapter in this duel. Big the moment. Johnny Gutierrez picks from the lead. Ryan Hall consistently faster through the first sector. Carl Struhol in the LMGT3 and closing on Matthew Overton. Ryan Paulbert Reyes has the advantage at the first sector. Daniel Kirby's advantage is shrinking. Ryan Hall has closed by 7.7 seconds. Pit stop for Max Sommerlath, currently P12. The first sector is where Max Sommerlath pulls away. Multi-class traffic as Stephen Miller catches Max Sommerlath. Norm Graff has ducked into the pits from P3. Carl Struhol back out on track. Max Sommerlath rejoins from the pits. Different approaches at the first and final sectors. Norm Graff carries more speed. Ryan Paulbert Reyes accelerates harder. Pit stop complete for Norm Graff. James Bowders extending the lead. Ben Kesby is building a cushion. Ben Kesby back out on track. Olivier Gervais consistently faster through the first sector. Max Sommerlath and Tom Nazella trading advantages through the first and final sectors. Tom Nazella has the advantage in the first sector. Darrell Kruger is pulling away, gap up by 3.1 seconds. Gap is stretching out to Carl Struhol. G. Tammy brakes later. Ryan Paulbert Reyes exits faster at the first and final sectors. Traffic for Ryan Paulbert Reyes, hypercar car ahead. Norm Graff and Daniel Kirby trading time through the first and final sectors. Chi Tammy rejoins from the pits. Carl Struhol has slowed dramatically in LMGT3 out. Here's the replay. Back to Norm Graff, running P2 and hypercar out. Brian Ball with the entry, Gilles Lalonde with the exit of the first and final sectors. Olivier Gervais is quicker through the first sector. Meanwhile, Ryan Paulbert Reyes pitting from P3. It's been a difficult day for Ryan Paul and Reyes down from P1 to P4. James Bowders is under relentless pressure here. Ben Kesby is faster in, but Daniel Kirby gets the better exit from the first and final sectors. Pit stop complete for Ryan Paul Reyes. LMGT3, Matthew Overton behind LMGT3 and Darrell Kruger. Tom Lasella consistently faster through the first sector. Tom Nazella is building a cushion. Ben Kesby's pulling away, gap up by 73.5 seconds. Gap down to 51.7 seconds for Matthew Overton. Miller breaks later. Olivier Gervais exits faster at the first and final sectors. The first sector is where Daniel Kirby pulls away. Daniel Kirby extending the lead. A new personal best sector 2 there for James Bowders. Johnny Gutierrez and Ben Kesby trading advantages through the first and final sectors. That's where Matthew Overton is making time in the first sector. different approaches at the first and final sectors. Tom Lasella carries more speed, James Bogers accelerates harder. Matt Sumterlap in the LMGT3, closing on Olivier Gervais. Matthew Overton has the advantage at the first sector. Alexander McQuarrie is faster in, but Eric Jacobs gets the better exit from the first and final sectors. Five minutes remaining. minutes left in the session. We've had over a minute of wheel-to-wheel racing here. 1 minute to go. Tammy clears the slower car. Jake Tammy has the advantage through the middle sector. Darrell Kruger heading into pit lane. The Hypercar winner is Johnny Gutierrez. Ben Kesby finishes P2 in Hypercar. Daniel Kirby rounds out the Hypercar podium. Checkered flag for Norm Graff in Hypercar AM. Runner-up in Hypercar AM, Ryan Paulbert Reyes. Third in Hypercar AM is Gilles Lalonde. Victory in LMGT3 for Paul Ibbotson. Second in LMGT3 goes to Alexander McQuarrie. P3 in LMGT3, Eric Jacobs. The LMGT3 AM winner is Stephen Miller. Olivier Gervais finishes P2 in LMGT3 AM. Tom Nazella rounds out the LMGT3 AM podium. Jake Talley home P4 in Hypercar. Hypercar P5 for Brian Hall. Filling out the Hypercar AM order, P4 Lanny Hall. On to the rest of the LMGT3 field, P4 Max Somethingland. LMGT3 P5 for Matthew Overton. P4 in LMGT3 AM, James Bowders. Darrell Kruger, home P5 in LMGT3 AM. Filling out the LMGT3 AM order, P6 Carl Struhol. P7 in LMGT3 AM, David Anderson.
All right. Max, the last man standing. Great
Everybody's
race, everybody.
done.
Yeah. I see that. And congratulations, Johnny, for taking the win. Ben and Daniel second and third. On the Hypercar side, then taking the win over Ryan, and then Sheila in third. LMGT3, Paul picks up the win over Alexander and Eric. I was watching the battle in the end of the run there, and I thought that it was going to be more than it was, but nice pass in T1. And then Steven picks up the win over Olivier, and Tom Nacella picking up third. New life of that old dog with the Porsche.
Until I get my 35-second penalty. It was a good run, though.
Oh, the
Yes, it was a real good run, Tom. There at the end, I was running it down. I just ran out of time.